Hello everybody, my name is Marlo and today I'm going to show you how to build a swamp house in Minecraft. This small survival base isn't only good for building in a swamp biome, it's also going to make a great addition to the 1.19 mangrove biome, whenever that is released in the future, of course. Before we start placing down any blocks, let's go through the materials list for the build first, starting on the top row here with all of the spruce variants that we're going to be using. And the next row is all of the oak wood that we're going to use, and then lastly here we have the dark oak wood. The rest of the items here on this row are just really miscellaneous building blocks that we're going to need to complete the build, and this row is for helpful survival items, so storage, crafting, furnaces, and a bed. You get the idea. We do have 20 spruce fences and a stack and 36 oak logs, and these are the only blocks not to the exact amount needed. That's because it's going to vary on where you're actually building this. So if you grab this amount, you probably should be good, but maybe if you're in deeper water, be prepared to grab a little bit extra. The first thing to do once you found a location to build this in is place down 8 oak pillars starting at the bottom of the swamp, and you want to bring them up to the surface level of the water. All of these pillars are 4 blocks apart, and once you got all of that done, you can then add an additional 3 more oak logs on top of all of the ones you already have placed down. So in the end, you should have something that looks like this. With all of our pillars in position, the next thing we can do is add in some horizontal beams to connect them all. So we want to go from the central log here, so not the first one above the water, but the second one. We want to add in a horizontal line going across from one to the other, connecting them all, which as you can see, I've done for the whole way around. So it should look like this. The next thing we're going to work on is the platform and just fill in this whole central area. So the first thing we're going to do is come from each of the central pillars by 1, 2, 3 and 4 blocks, just like this, leaving us with one in the middle, which we can then place and then also stick a slab underneath. What we can then do filling in the rest of the 4 corners here is very simply we just want to use some top half slabs to fill it all in, so that from the top it just looks like the oak planks, but from underneath it looks like this, just to give it a little bit of depth if you happen to swim underneath. The next step is to just add some small archways in all of these sections. So what we're going to do is grab an upside down spruce stair in each of the corners there with 2 spruce trapdoors in the center, just to get a little bit of an arch there, which of course you can do for all of these sections. What I will say is that when you're placing down the spruce trapdoors, make sure they're all facing the same way, so they look like this and are connected, and you don't have something that looks a little bit off like that one does. The water is getting a little bit in the way, but you get the idea. So once you got all of that done, the next thing we're going to do is add in the staircase leading up to where we want our entranceway to be. So mine is going to go on this section right here. This is going to be the front of the base, and the first thing we're going to do is add in 2 stairs in the middle here with 2 more curved round to the side just like that, and then we're going to slap a spruce trapdoor on either side. We can then come underneath and we want to add in 2 upside down stairs in the center here, and then we want to add in 2 more on the side, but we want to place them down facing into the staircase, so as you can see they curve round just a little bit. We then want to do the same underneath as to what we've done at the top, so 2 regular stairs, and then if you just stand here and place down the stair like this, you should be able to curve them round again just like so, and then we can get 2 more trapdoors and whack them on the side. Now you can actually use this just to climb on top of the platform here as it is, but it doesn't look particularly great. There's some improvements we could make, plus it's just hovering above the water at the moment. So we're going to grab some spruce fences, and this will obviously vary depending on how deep your water is, but we're going to add in 2 in my case just in front of these outer stairs, and then we're going to add 2 spruce trapdoors above them and 2 spruce slabs. If we just place them on top of the fence posts, we want to submerge them into the water just a little bit like that. And then the last thing we need to do for this section is just come around the back underneath here, break a little bit of seagrass, but behind those 2 slabs we've just placed, we want to add in 2 spruce trapdoors. So in the end, your platform and staircase leading up to the house is going to look like this. Before we start work on the railing going all the way around the platform here, we just need to make a little addition on this spot right here by adding in 2 slabs and 2 trapdoors either side of it. This is just going to be a nice spot to go fishing, so I've made a little bit of an extension over here to stand on. So just for reference, the entrance is over here. You want to skip this side and place the fishing area over here. So now we can start work on all of the railings, but before we do that, we're going to add a spruce slab on top of all 8 of our oak logs going all the way around, just like that. Looks a little bit better that way. So now what we want to do is grab some spruce fence gates, and we're going to start over here to the right of the entranceway, and we just want to have 4 of these on all of these sections except from the ones that are the entranceway and this little spot right here. So we're just going to fill in all of the ones that are completely open, but for this spot and this spot, we're just going to have 1 on either side and leave the 2 in the middle. So we should have something that looks like this. Very simply, all you need to do then is grab your spruce trapdoors, and on top of all of the spruce fence gates, we're going to place 1 of those down. So that is the platform all done. We're now ready to start work on the house itself, which is going to begin by grabbing some barrels and some oak logs. And the first thing we're going to do is place a barrel down on this spot right here. So it's in the back right corner of the platform, just in front of the entranceway here, 1 block in diagonally from the corner. From this barrel, we can go across by 3 blocks and place 1 more. Then go across by 1, 2, 3, and 4 blocks and place another on the 5th block, and then the last one here. So we end up with a rectangle shape. And from this barrel, we're going to add 1 here, just diagonally in front of it, leave a gap of 1 and place in another. And on top of all of these barrels, we can go ahead and crouching while you do this, otherwise you're just going to open up the barrel. We want to place in 3 oak logs on top of it for all 6 of those. Next up, we're going to start work on the front of the house here, which obviously is right by the entranceway, and we're going to start by placing down 2 horizontal oak logs on those top pillars, with a spruce button on the front and a spruce fence gate opened up just underneath it. We can then grab some dark oak stairs, and we're going to have 1, 2 here either side, with an upside down one just in front of that one, and then 2 more stairs, and lastly 1 more in the middle. So we get something like this. We can then have 3 slabs across the center here from each log to the other side. And then we're going to grab some barrels and come inside the building here. And we're just going to add in 3 upside down like so. We can then grab some stripped spruce logs and add in 3 underneath those, and then 1, 2, and 3 either side just like this. And then lastly, we're going to have a spruce stair in the center. So what we have here and everything we've just done can be identically copied round to the back as well. The only difference in the front and the back of the build is that at the front here we're going to have ourselves an oak door, and at the back of the house here we're going to have a stair on the bottom with an oak trap door as a window. So the back looks like this, and to clarify, the front looks like this. We can now move round to the right hand side here, the one that's nearest to the railing, and we're going to start by placing down an upside down dark oak stair either side next to the pillars with a line of slabs across the middle. What we can then do is add in a line of stripped spruce logs just like that on the left hand side, and then beside that we're going to have a spruce stair on the bottom, 2 oak trap doors flipped open, and then a spruce plank at the top. We can then have another line of stripped spruce logs just like so, and then lastly we're going to have a stripped spruce log, then a spruce slab, and then we're going to place another slab up here so that you can place another stripped spruce log just above it like that to make a bit of a more open window. Really quick, we just want to place down a spruce fence with a lantern on top on that spot right there, just so we can light up this section of the platform and we don't have to worry about mob spawning. Of course, we don't want that. We can also go ahead and place 1 more over here on the underside of that dark oak stair. Now before we start work on this side of the house, there's a couple of changes we need to make with this section to the front and the back of the build. We just want to replace these 2 slabs on the outside next to the logs with some upside down stairs. So you can see this looks minutely better than this. It's just a tiny little change that I forgot about earlier. My apologies. We're now ready to carry on with this side of the house. So the first thing we're going to do is grab our dark oak stairs and have 2 upside down on the top block of those pillars. We're going to have a regular stair coming off the back of it too. We then just want to connect this stair to this stair, so on the left hand side we'll just have 1 in the corner, and on the right hand side we're just going to have 2 here doing virtually the same thing. On top of the upside down stairs we just need 2 more regular stairs with an upside down one in the middle to complete the roof outline. We can then grab our strip spruce logs, and on this spot right here we're just going to have 4 of those like so, and in front of it 1, 2 and 3 spruce fences. We can do the same over here next to the 2 barrels on that corner of the build. The last thing to do is to make another doorway entrance here, just sort of like a back entrance to the build. So we're going to have an oak doorway here with a spruce stair upside down above it, and another strip spruce log right there. We can now start to complete the rest of the roof, and we're going to start by having 2 dark oak trap doors on the front and the back of the build right in the center, where in between we can have a line of 6 dark oak slabs, just like so. We're now going to make a bit of a chimney to the right hand side of the build, so we're going to place 2 blocks just like this above our open window here, where we can have a stair facing outwards or inwards depending on which way you're looking at it, I guess, with an upside down stair off the back, another full block with a campfire on top, and we just want to surround that with spruce trap doors so our chimney has some smoke coming out of it. As for filling in the rest of the roof with our spruce blocks here, the right hand side where we have our chimney is very simple. We just want to add in a line of spruce stairs going all the way across from one dark oak stair to the other, just like this. The other side here, a little bit more complicated, but still not too bad at all. We're going to start with a straight line of spruce stairs going across the top level, just like that. And then in line with the top point of this small section of the roof, so starting on this stair, we're going to have a spruce slab, then a spruce trap door. Over to the left of that, we're going to have very simply 1, 2 and then 3 spruce stairs, and round to the right hand side we're just going to do the same but with 4 of them. And there we go, that is the roof all done and the whole exterior of the house. So we're now ready to head inside and start work on the interior here, and the first thing we're going to do is actually connect our chimney to a source. That's something I tried to add into my builds. I feel it just makes it look a bit more realistic. So we're going to add in a full brick block just behind this one with a brick wall underneath, and then 1 to the side, 2 down here leading into our furnace. So in theory this is what's causing all of the smoke outside. We're also going to go ahead and complete the ceiling here, so we're going to add in 3 upside down spruce stairs just beside it, and then we're going to add in 4 over here. We can also go ahead and add in, placing them on the top of the barrel here, 4 spruce trap doors going all the way across like so. And then on this small section, we're going to have a spruce trap door on this spot with 2 slabs either side of it. So the roof, or the ceiling, sorry, should look like this. Just up here in this corner, we're going to have a chain with a lantern hanging down from underneath. And we're also going to stick a painting on this spot right here, but we just want the 1 wide painting. So try not to break everything as you do this, but just cycle through your paintings till you get the one you're looking for. There is a specific one of my custom paintings that I would like for this build, and of course now I'm recording, there we go, it wasn't showing up, but there we go, I got my painting down. So now we can grab our crafting table and stick that to the left of the furnace, and we're going to put our bed over here to the right of the back door. All that's left to do is to add in a couple of chests. We're going to have 2 here in the corner and a double chest next to the furnace. And that is the interior all done. Simple, cute and cozy, the way I like it. So we have all of our storage here with the addition of all of the barrels that can actually be accessed. So it should be plenty, especially if you're using this as a starter home. And of course you have your furnace for smelting all of your items and the oh so important crafting table. Not forgetting a bed too. The very last thing we have to do is to complete our little fishing area over here. So we're going to start off by placing down a chest next to the spruce fence gate. And on this spot right here, we're going to have a spruce stair, which we're going to turn into a chair by placing down spruce signs on either side. There you have a nice place to sit and cast your rod out into the swamp. But it is also a little bit dark over here, so we do need to add in a lighting source. So just to the back and to the side of the chair here, we're going to have a brick wall with 3 spruce fences above it, 1 in front, and then a lantern hanging down from underneath. And that is now the build all done. So there we go everybody, that is going to do it for this tutorial. I really hope you enjoyed and I hope it helped you out. I just want to thank you ever so much for watching and I will see you next time. And if you don't mind me, I'm just going to relax here and do some fishing. Bye for now.